2.85, 2.9, 2.99. So apparently the gap literally is at $3. So $3 per what? Per 1,000 impressions. No matter what happens, I'm only going to pay $3 per 1,000. So you have to keep an eye on this, because this can get really big if you don't. But I put my daily budget at $50, so I'm okay. But look at this. If I chose to advertise on all the impressions, that would be $3 times 500, because there's 500,000 impressions on all these sites that I have, or potential of 500,000 impressions. So that means I could, if I want to advertise on the whole thing, get, well, 500,000 views, and it would cost me $3 per 1,000, which would mean that would cost me $1,500 to advertise on all of every impression. I don't want that. I only want specific sites. So I'm going to show you something else in just a moment. So what we do is we click continue. There's our ad. There's the places we're advertising in, and I simply click save campaign. Now my campaign's active for a product that I don't even own. So let's click on my actual ad group, and there's my placements. Now this is the most important part. Remember, right now I just put in the New York Times, because using my system that we just talked about, the New York Times was the only one that we wanted. So let's click on New York Times again. So there's our ad on the New York Times, but our actual page that we're advertising on is not the New York Times, but it is a very specific page on the New York Times. You see, if we leave it like this, we'd advertise across the whole site, the site-wide advertising system. We'd advertise on every page that the New York Times has. I don't want that. So what do? We click Edit Placements and Bids. We click Edit Placements and Bids, and now I remove that particular domain, and I simply click Paste. And then I click Save Changes. Now let's look at this. See, now my New York Times placement is, instead of New York Times, it's only that specific page on the New York Times. Because I don't want to advertise on the whole New York Times, because if I clicked on technology, why would I want a diet ad up here over here? I don't. I only want to advertise on that specific place. That's the only place I want to advertise on. So we always want to edit our placements by the specific URL where the ad is shown. We don't want to advertise on the whole site. So again, remember that this system can create a tremendous amount of traffic for you almost overnight. In fact, literally starting within 15 to 20 minutes. Also, one thing I want you to understand is you always want to test your ads. Have a couple different ads in here. Test one against the other, but only change one thing at a time. It's very crucial, very important for you to understand. So that's the whole system. So let me review. We go to google.com. We type in a word, whether it be, let's say, lose weight. We're going to type in the word lose weight. We're now going to take each one of these sites. I'm going to open these up into a new browser or a new tab. And, well, Yahoo probably wouldn't have Google Ads, would they? But I clicked on it anyway. And so we're just going to look at it. Let's say, so you want to lose weight and Weight Watchers. So let's look at this. Weight Watchers, no Google Ads. Also, you want to make sure that your Google Ads are above the fold, meaning they're right at the top. We don't want a Google at the bottom of the page. Look at this. There's a Google ad, and there's another Google ad. So this would be another place. Now remember, all these sites are in the what? The top 10. So I'm banking on getting traffic from the top 10 websites rather than the ones at the bottom of the list. Now this one doesn't have Google Ads on it, so we can close that one out. Here's another one. No Google Ads on it. You can rule that one out. Yahoo, probably not Google Ads. I'd probably be safe to say that, wouldn't I? So we have the eHow website. Let's look at this. No ads by Google on the left-hand side. Except I'd be a little concerned about this right here because these ads are a little low on the page. So I'm not really sold on having it there. I might test it for a little bit, but I really wouldn't keep it there for too long. To lose weight deal here, this looks like some sort of a blog or some kind of plan. No ads. WikiHow, no ads. Oh, there is one right there, but it's a little tiny ad. Actually, this one is too. See, they use some coding to make their ads look a little different. So there actually is. Here's a big ad right here on the left-hand side. I'd advertise there. About.com. About.com usually has Google ads on it. It's usually in this place. I don't know if that's particularly a Google ad or not, but About.com usually has Google ads on it, so that's kind of cool. So we may be able to advertise in there. Don't know. And I only did the top 10. We can do this for a number of keywords. We can go into the top 20. Again, we can go into the top 20, so we can go into the next page, and we can do the same thing again. But remember, this system is easy, it's simple, and you can do it. Start small. Remember, you control how much money you spend on Google. So start off small, see how it works for you, but this system, once you understand it and once you start putting it into action, can drive massive amounts of traffic for you in a very, very, very short period of time. But you have to start small so you understand the system, how it works, before you go any further. This is something that a lot of people don't like me talking about because of how powerful it actually is.